Hey there, guys, and welcome to another episode. In fact, episode number 4 of the Work Smarter, Not Harder video series. Thank you so much to those of you that are tweeting and retweeting and liking the video series, as well as those of you that are mentioning something to me in the hallways or in person about how useful some of these tips and tricks are. I really appreciate it, and that means a lot to me, and that is what keeps me up till way after midnight on nights recording these videos. Really appreciate it. Some of these tips will be useful for you and your students, and that's the goal from going forward, is that if some of these are useful for you as a professional, they might also be useful for you or your students. This one may fall into that category. Let's take a look. So one of the things that I like a lot about Google Slides is that it's not just a presentation tool. In fact, I have an hour-long presentation that I've done before on all the different uses that I know of and that I've seen and used with Google Slides. But one of my favorites is to take a Google slide and turn it so it's portrait. And then you can format and almost create a worksheet or an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in any format that you want to. So there's a bunch of different reasons to do that. So talking about page setup, make a slide portrait. Maybe that's still for a presentation. Maybe it's for something that you want to print out and hand out, such as a newsletter, such as a lesson plan template. All kinds of different reasons that you might do this, including infographics. The options are almost endless. Here's a couple newsletter examples. One of them on the left coming from the tech department and the TLCs. The other one on the right being useful to give to parents for a field trip in this particular example. A lesson plan template. Most of the time we think of a lesson plan as being an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, portrait style. You can set that up in Google Slides. You can set up all of your text boxes very nicely that way, and then add in text without having to format a Word document or a Google document. You can do it a lot easier in Google Slides. Let's take a look real quick, going live here to this slide, and I want to just go up to File, and I'm going to go down to Page Setup. File, Page Setup. I'm going to click on that drop down and go to Custom, and we're just going to type in here 8.5 by 11 inches and click Apply. You'll see that it takes my whole slide and it makes it portrait now. Now if I want to add in an image, instead of doing this in painful Word or Google Doc where you have to make sure that your image and your text all aligns very nicely, now you can take a text box and plop it in and then add in your text any way that you might want to do that, and life can be formatted a whole lot easier just by dragging things around anywhere that you might want that block of text now. The other quick little nugget that I'm going to throw in here is that sometimes you might want to add a shape and have your text fit inside of that shape. You can do just that, and a lot of us sometimes forget that we can just click inside of that shape now and add some text. So another little formatting nugget. A lot more in Google Slides to come throughout this series, talking about adding word art, talking about adding different diagrams and tools, and especially different ways to make your Google Slides look professional and look very presentable. A whole bunch more coming at you in future episodes of Working Smarter, Not Harder. I hope that this one was interesting to you and can be of use to you when you are trying and putzing around with formatting different text and images. I hope that these couple tips on formatting a Google slide have been helpful to you, and I hope that you have a great week working smarter, not harder.